Bum 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 ba ba bum bum bum. Everything you need is American history. You need to one prehistory 1600s, and it's chapter 3. They came, they saw, they conquered. Hi guys, and welcome to a new episode on the channel, and today we will talk about chapter 3. They saw, they came, they came, they saw, they conquered. So how about we get started? Alright, so when were the Americas actually discovered into the public world and globally? During the age of exploration, when Christopher Columbus founded. Wait a second, Christopher Columbus didn't discover it, the Vikings did, by Leif Erikson. Like the son of Eric the Red, the guy with the red hair and stuff. If you know him, by the way. Yeah, and well, how did Columbus come to the Americas? It's because he thought that the world was this small, was this round, this was its circumference. But he grossly underestimated the world was actually this. This was its circumference. This big. This was its circumference. He grossly underestimated it to be this big when it was actually this big. Yeah, well, that's a gross underestimate. But then he landed in the Americas somewhere on this edge. And once he was in the Americas, he thought he was here. Bong, bong, bong. And that place was the Indies. I mean, how could you mistake the Americas the Indies? Until Amerigo Vespucci actually discovered that it was not the Indias. It was a different terrain. But everybody decided to call it Colombia until everybody said Amerigo. Just found out that it was North America, not India. We should give all the credit to him. And that's why we're calling it America. And then there was a Treaty of Lands. Basically, firstly, there was all the Portuguese will be on this side first, on this side of the red line, and on the other side of the red line is where Spain would have. But then the Portuguese were like, no! All this part of the world was already once conquered, and it's already unfair here. And then they had to move into the orange line, where, well, Portugal actually had, where all of Americas was conquered, was Spanish, except for Chile, and that's why Chilean people speak Portuguese instead of Spanish today. And then as this guy, Amerigo Vespucci, I already said him. And then Vasco Duedes de Balboa in 1513 hiked across Panama and was the first European to see the Pacific Ocean by heading west. Cool. And in 1519, Ferdinand Magellan coined the name Pacific Ocean from the peaceful sea. A Portuguese man sailing on the behalf of Spain reached the tip of South America. He was killed in battle in the Philippines, but his ship returned in 1522 as the first crew to circumnavigate the Earth. Basically, if this was the Earth, and this was England, he went here and started circumnavigated it, got into the Philippines, fought a battle, died there, but his crew decided to go all the way onto the other round. And his ship, became the first group and ship to circumnavigate the world. Yippee! Instead of going a long way back, they used a short way back. Cool idea. And yeah, that's all I'm just going to say here. Oh, and here's all that exploration stuff. No. And then there were the first British colonies happening. These were the first British colonies. And then here are the French colonies. These were the French colonies, and today we call it Louisiana. And, well, basically at the bottom there's the Louisiana, and then when Thomas Jefferson, which hasn't come into the play yet, becomes Sir President, he will do the original purchase from the French colonies. And here are the extremely small Dutch colonies. So, quiz time! Quiz number 1. Why did the Portuguese want to sail directly to India? They wanted to cut out the middleman in their trade because, well, firstly, all the routes directly to India that were available were blocked by war, so yeah. Alright, question number 2. Why did Christopher Columbus have trouble getting funding? It's because a lot of people who he asked for funding thought, there really is the end of the world! There really is the end of the world! We're going to die! We're going to lose a lot of money if we send him! Wow, that was overly dramatic, but that was true. Question number 3. Why is Portuguese spoken in Brazil? It's because the Portuguese people colonized the Brazilians, not the Spanish colonized the Brazilians. Question number 4. What does it mean to circumnavigate something? Basically, go around the circumference of the Earth. Go around the Earth, basically. Question number 5. What was the Columbian exchange? The exchange of plants, animals, and germs between the 2 hemispheres, the East and the West. Quiz number 6. How did the conquistadors conquer entire empire with only a few hundred soldiers? Disease? And making the empire think they were gods. Question number 7. Although the Northwest Passage wasn't found by early explorers, what were the 2 resulting explorations? John Cabot landed in Newfoundland, Canada, and Henry Hudson explored the Hudson River. Named after him, by the way. Quiz number 8. How did the defeat of the Spanish Armada affect colonization of the Americas? Spain could no longer enforce the Treaty of the Tordesillas and its monopoly on the civilization. Oh, and also, some guys thought he was in Japan, in America, and so he called the polar bear a samurai! I'm kidding, he really didn't know, but, well, he did. Sort of. That's the end of this episode. If you did enjoy this episode, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next episode. Shahan out, and peace.